Hi, it's Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How are you, Virgo? I'm stopping by to do another reading. Like, we've just had another shift of energy that's really significant. We've had Mars go direct in Gemini. Now, Mars has been it's been running roughshod over people, causing all sorts of reasons to get into friction with other people. And I think, Virgo, you've had your fair share of this energy. And the last time I read for you, one of the energies was really about letting go of judgment so that love can flow. So I know that Mars energy has had its moment with you. Now, the overriding energies, for Mars in Gemini from about the 13th of January, runs till about the 25th of March, is that your energy and your drive return, plans and ideas come together, and missing info returns also. Now, don't forget, we're also under Mercury retrograde, so we're looking for the root cause of the problem and to not fall into old patterns. Where the full moon in Cancer energy is dissipating, the forgive, move on, make peace, say sorry. But I feel like this might be wagging its tail for you a little bit, Virgo. I think we're going to get some more energy around the ideals of letting go and surrendering into the unknown, letting what comes at you. But I do feel like there's a bit of a it does feel like the energy is settling for you. So I think you will get into a place, I think this reading will show you do get into a place of more forgiveness and more surrender, and good things will start to head your way. Look at this. Doesn't want to shuffle freely, but we'll get there. All right. Or have I knocked that camera horribly out of alignment? What have I got going on there? No, we're all good. Why does it feel funny? I'm getting like a funny view there. Anyway, let's roll on. So that could be that there's something. It's quite literally, I'm having a moment. I'm looking at the screen and it feels like there's something surreal happening, but I'm going, no, that's all good. It's all pretty straightforward. Everything's working like it's supposed to, but I'm having a bit of a surreal moment. So I'm like going, what has that got to do with Virgo? Having a bit of a surreal moment. You've got healing as the first card that pushes out from your push from the universe. Some inner strength is required. We've got the energy of requiring inner strength, which means this will start to make more sense to me. Page of Cups in the soul space. We've got the Knight of Wands in the challenge. We've got the Emperor in the advice from Spirit. And we've got the Five of Cups. Oh, yeah, look. This is a big energy for you, and it could be why, like, my head feels a little bit space cadetish. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like this energy is very, very heady. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around an ideal, and I'm trying to see straight. I'm trying to think straight. I'm trying to pull pull myself together. That's what I want to say. I'm like, I'm free from judgment. I just want to see inner healing energy. I just want to move forward. Now, this is the push from the universe. This can be a heady energy. It can. But I'm suggesting that what you're doing with it is quite healthy, because here the Four of Swords, it is an energy of meditating, of healing, of going into your own inner thoughts and managing them. Like, it's a deliberate act to manage your inner thoughts. Now, this is the push from the universe. So whatever is coming at you right now, I'm going to suggest you might feel it like I do in going, like I just feel like it's a surreal feeling, like it's going, revelations are coming upon me and the energy feels unusual to me. It feels unusual to feel the way I do. Let's get to there. It feels unusual to feel the way I do. And that could be true. Off the back of that full moon, I felt, like I said, it feels like it wags its tail a little bit more for you than it does for other signs for some reason. And that was an energy of forgive, move on, make peace, say sorry. And where you were sitting, it felt like it was an uncomfortable thing to have to do, to continue to be nice to people who were being unkind to you. So this could be a romantic connection that's come unstuck, where, like, you're having to forgive someone who's really just not, sitting in a place where you go, well, of course I'd forgive you for your actions. It really does pain you to have to go, all right, for me to move on and be healthy, I'm going to have to forgive someone, even though it doesn't, quote unquote, deserve forgiveness in this situation. And that requires strength, right? That requires true inner strength to show up in an energy that feels like it's in opposition to your own nature, to go, like, you don't require strength unless there's a situation that pushes you into strength. And like Virgo, you're such a resilient character. You really are. But you're also very, very grounded. Look, this energy of having your feet on the ground, even when the world's coming down at you, you're looking for the fair solution all the time. You know what's right and you know what's wrong, and for you to have to step out of the right and wrong of a scenario and go, I'm going to heal it anyway, that requires true strength. And you're not sure you're going to get the outcome that you want. Now, over here in the soul space, who do you want to make an offer to? Who do you want to make an offer to? This is true progression from where I was reading the other day in going. You want love to flow, and you've found it within yourself to embrace the situation for sure. But it's going like it still feels burdensome to take it all on. But you've got yourself into the position where you want to make an offer. Now, whoever this person is that you are thinking of, do you just miss them? Do you just go, it actually, I'm at the point where it just doesn't matter what you did. I'm able to find a new level of compassion for you. I'm able to find a new level of giving, a new level of I want you in my space. It's like embrace your soul energy and what's in there, that you want to love somebody. You just want to love somebody, and it's like it now doesn't matter what they did. You're ready to forgive. You're ready to make peace. You're ready to move forward, and you've done that very, very consciously, right? Here, the Knight of Wands energy. This is interesting. This is interesting because the Knight of Wands energy suggests that you can sit in this energy, but then you'll pull yourself back. So how I'm kind of picking it up is going the ideal of, if you've chosen to forgive somebody, right? It's kind of like having your phone in your hand and you type the I'm sorry message, but you don't send the full truth of what you want to say. Instead, you might just go, how you going? Hey, how you going? It's still a little bit of pride over the top of that. So you're making an effort, but you're not. So it's like going, well, can't you see I'm making an effort to build bridges? And the person that you're reaching out to says, no, I can't. It's not enough. What you're saying, what you're doing is still leaving me. So see this Two of Cups, if this is a romantic connection that we're talking about, and flip it, twist it, adjust it to whoever it actually suits. You might be, your soulmate might be a family member or a friend, or this might be playing out on a different level other than romance. But if you don't extend your heart energy at this point in time, if you just sit in an air of authority, now the Emperor is not always a good thing to have around when you're trying to offer love, right? Yes, he takes action, for sure. He protects the people he loves, he builds empires, he does all these wonderful things. But if the Emperor sits too much in his ego, and where I'm asking, is he sitting too much in his ego, and he's sitting next to a Knight of Wands, Knight of Wands bringing a Page of Cups forward. Yeah, no, Virgo. No, 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 no. We want to heal this energy. And I know it's challenging your pride to do that. Whether, like if Virgo, if you're talking about your personal, flip it, twist it, adjust it. Like, but like to me, it's like it's you sitting in your sense of justice, and it's really, really hard for you to sacrifice the position that you have because you know that you're right. But again, I've had this energy a couple of times. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Because the energy that's coming back towards you is your plans and ideas want to come together, and the missing information that you need will come towards you, and you're going, yeah, see, I was right. I was right. And on some level, you're able to go, I feel good that I was right. Now I'm going to reach out to that person. Not necessarily that you have to punish them, but you're not bringing your whole heart either. That Page of Cups energy, it's not enough if you want to mend this connection. Like for you to sit in Emperor energy, it only ever works if there's an Empress sitting there. But you're sitting next to a Knight of Wands, and the likely outcome is a Five of Cups. So an Emperor can match an Empress any given day, but if an Emperor shows up with a Knight of Wands, then the likely outcome here is a Five of Cups, and feeling like you're not going to get the opportunity that you want. If you just bring the Page of Cups forward, under the, and a Knight of Wands, like a Page of Cups is a baseline offer, one. Knight of Wands is a push-pull energy, like he'll come forward with a rush of blood and then he'll pull his energy back. So this Page, hey, how you going? Knight of Wands, I'm doing good, how are you? And then not answering. And the Emperor goes, well, I did my bit. I reached out to you. What more do you want? That's only going to leave you disappointed. It's not going to heal the situation. Let's get another level of energy on this one, Virgo, and see what's going on. Right, because I feel like you do want to heal the situation. Like, I feel like you see the justice in it, and you go, well, my point is valid, but I do want my connection after all. So I'll concede the point, but I'll hold my ground. And I just don't think you're going to get what you want. Sometimes we have to concede the point and concede the ground in order to get what we want. And I think that that's what we're going to find. What have we got here? Yeah, a transition for sure. We've got alchemy. We've got synergy. We've got fertility. We've got solar plexus chakra. Oh my gosh. I want to call you out here, Virgo. I want to call you out. And romantic love. Okay. Oh, this one's a tough one. It's a tough one because essentially you have all the reason in the world to hold the high ground. And the Four of Swords does say that it's going, you have to make peace with knowing, you know what you know, but do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? So this is a question only you can answer. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? What's it going to be? The transition is you're going to heal either way. It's like you'll feel good sitting, like Virgos feel good knowing that they're right. They do. They have such a square sense of justice. So feeling that you're right is going to bring some level of healing. But is that where you want this energy to stop? Now, alchemy over the top of the strength card requires for you to turn your situation from lead into gold. All the chemistry has to be working perfectly. So here's the kicker. Do you want to be right and be happy? Except that sometimes you can be right knowing that you're right. Just knowing that you're right makes you right. And then you can concede the ground. That's the alchemy that's required. And this is why strength is on the table in going, where can you bend and still feel like you're okay? What can you shift? Oh, I've got goosebumps down the side of my face. Just going, you know, I understand this energy because as much as I'm, like I've got a lot of Cancer in my sign. My son is a Virgo, and not that he's in romantic relationships. He's 15, but like for him to concede a point, it is in the acknowledgement that his point is still just. He'll concede ground. He will. He'll concede ground on in that Virgo energy, and it's like that. Where I was going is like I'm a Cancer, but there's Virgo in my chart, and I understand that energy of wanting to be right, wanting things to be fair. But then, like my Cancer heart normally wins over, and I'm able to pour all that energy into nurturing and transforming the situation. That comes quite easily and naturally. I'm able to go, yeah, all right, I concede my ground. I know what went right there. I know what went wrong, but I care about you anyway. Let's fix this. Whereas it's much, and I see it. He's the most deliberate Virgo I know, and I see this energy of going for him to alchemize a situation. It's much harder to bring that compassion energy over the top because he's so grounded in the truth. But once he can come to conclusions that the truth is okay, the truth is cared for on some level, he can concede ground and he'll bring that big, beautiful heart in over the top, and it completely alchemizes the situation. Now, apply that same energy to your relationships, and it may be that someone has lied to you, someone has, cheated, someone steals, somebody has, it could be a bunch of different reasons why you're holding ground on them or why you're holding judgment that you were right and they were wrong. Sure. And if they can come forward and they can concede that you're holding that ground, it's not to beat them over the head with it. It's to go, I can sit on knowing that the actions that I took were fair in the given situation, but I really want to fix what's wrong between us. That takes strength. And that's the alchemy that's going to come forward. Like if you can bring, because that Cancer full moon energy is wagging its tail, if you can bring that energy into your grounded energy of knowing what you got right, you're actually going to transform this. Now, synergy is what is called for in the soul space, right? So it's like going, when your heart and your mind work together, that's when you're going to get the best result. It's not enough for you to just sit in your logic this time, Virgo. It's not enough just to be grounded in knowing that you're correct. You've got to have your heart and your soul, like you've got three minds, right? You've got neural tissue, three brains. neural tissue in your mind, in your headspace, you've got one in your heart, and you've got it in your gut. You need all of them working together. You can't just rely on one of your faculties to get you through this situation and get what you want. You're going to have them all working together. And for this connection to work, it's for this person to know that this cup of love is genuine. You have to have it for you've got to convince yourself that it's a genuine cup of love first, and that it's not thwarted by this thinking process of going what's right or wrong. The struggle you have is to truly birth a new energy. Fertility, is it ripe for me to charge forward? And you, like the night, I get this as a dead set push pull energy, where it's like you make an effort to go forward, but you just go, no, climate's not right, I'm going to pull back, because this is still being driven by an ego energy. Like that solar plexus chakra over the top of the emperor, I'm actually picking this up as it's, like it's leaning towards I don't want to call it a toxic emperor, but an egoic emperor who's just going to sit in his pride. And my gut feeling is, because solar plexus chakra is all about how we feel about ourselves, right? Our self-esteem. And here we've got an emperor, and I was borderline saying to you before that he might be a toxic emperor. I'm not seeing this solar plexus chakra as a healthy energy, but we'll take one more level of energy and see what it tells us. Now, the outcome here, we've got romantic love over the top of a very, very disappointing energy. So it's going, do you want to be right? Do you want to be happy? I'm not shifting my stance on on how this reading is going. Let's put another layer of energy. Let's put some love energy over the top and see what it tells us. Because I do feel like this is directly related to someone that you are in love with, but you are taking a very, very tough stance on and going, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. And that's all there is to it. And it's like, it's do you want to be right, or do you want to be happy here, Virgo? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What have we got? We have got an engagement. Oh, so it's a serious level of commitment, which you do take these things seriously. Very soon, righto. We've got romantic feelings. You do care. See, you do. The Page of Cups, you do care. You just can't get it all working together just yet. Let's go. What's in the challenge? Oops. It's worth waiting for. Oh, so you think holding your ground. I see. I see. I see. I see. You're going to wait them out. Express your love and stay optimistic. All right, Virgo, I'm going to pull my head in just a little bit, because this layer of energy tells me that you're taking this relationship very, very seriously. Now, there's a couple of indications here that say to me that you will concede your ground all in good time. You feel everything that I think you feel. You love this person, you want to express this love, and you are taking it very, very seriously. But I get the feeling you're not going to commit to this connection until you have had this feeling of peace and harmony met. Now, I don't know if this is someone who's come back from way from your past and you've held a grudge for a long time, or this is a recent disconnection, or someone that you've met recently, like it's kind of like going, I really like that person, but they've kind of upset me with what they've said about this ideal, but I'm really taking them seriously. If I could only heal this issue, I'm actually going to take a little bit of there is some progress from that last energy. Maybe you are starting to have missing pieces come together that make the connection that you have make sense. The push is on definitely to understand how you feel about your connection. You are taking it more seriously than I gave you credit for. So we've got a progression here. Are you going to come forward all in good time? I believe you will, right? When the situation has transformed enough, you'll take action on moving forward. You have big feelings for this person, and you do want your head and your heart to all align, and at the moment you're having a struggle with it. I get that now. I see it. It's not that you don't feel that you need to, you understand it. So I feel like I'm preaching to the choir going, do I want to be right or do I be happy, is already a conversation that you're having with yourself, and you're already coming to conclusions. This is what it's telling me. I just want to be in love. I just want to feel the love flow between me and this person, and Is it worth waiting for? That's the challenge. Is all the time and the effort, the energy worth it? You're telling me now with this layer of energy, yeah, it is. And I will hold my ground, and I will keep my pride. I will feel confident in what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do when I tell this person that I care about them. When I make my romantic gesture, it will be because I'm confident in the decision that I'm making. And yes, I'm sitting in a little bit of ego. I've got a little bit of wounded pride, but I'm still going to express this ideal that I love this person. And here, look, this is now a different energy in going, moving from a very, very disappointing energy into an energy that wants to look, positive thinking and faith will bring you romance, right? So it is a head and heart energy that we're picking up. And I think you've got a real fix on that. You're serious about this person and that you're doing all of the thinking, all of the healing, all of the effort necessary in order to allow the truth of your romantic feelings to come through. And there's justice in that. You feel, oh, it's like you're going to get a contentment with going, I am right and I am happy. I am right and I am happy, and I don't have to choose between the two. But at the moment, I feel like you're choosing between am I right or am I happy? But you've got a plan in order to bring I am right and I am happy together. I'm actually excited for you now, Virgo. I felt like at the start of this reading I was going, shh, shh, shh. But now I'm like going, oh, I see your plan. I see your plan, and it's coming together. Okay. You are right and you are happy. That's beautiful. That's actually really beautiful. Let's get one layer of energy more. And that is a progression from that last reading, because, that last energy was really still had a bit of fight about it. And I suppose that Mars in Gemini energy is hitting you quickly, because we would expect it to hit from about the 13th of January, but it takes a little bit to settle. So your energy and drive does return, and your plans and ideas come together. That's it. Your plan and your idea is to go, I am right and I am happy. That's the missing bit of info, is that you don't have to choose. You can have it both, because you make peace with what right looks like. Interesting. Way to go, Virgo. Every Virgo, I've always had beautiful relationships with the Virgos in my life. Even if at first I'm like going, you're a little bit hard to get a fix on, which is what this reading has been. It's like, what are you thinking? Why are you thinking that? And then you see that big passionate heart come forward, and you just go, oh, gee, you're divine. You're just divine. Righto, let's get some energy over the top. Passion. That big, beautiful heart. Here it comes. Joy. You do want to be happy. Magic. We've got blessings. We've got an angel over me. And we've got a place beyond time. This is interesting energy. What I love about what I'm reading is, I just gave this great big spiel about how much you process your thoughts, and that your energy is often so very, very grounded. But look at all this energy that's come through here. It's all energy that sits in a, it's higher vibe energy. You know how to get to the higher vibe, don't you? You know how to bring that big, beautiful heart forward over the top of anything that feels like a restriction or like a struggle, or like that you have to be caged by someone else's process. You look for the fairness, you look for the justice, absolutely, but you have this ability to bring passion and joy over the top of that. And that's not the automatic Virgo energy. It's not, but it is something that I've come to know about the Virgos I've known in my life, that you do have this capacity to look at this. Passionate energy is able to be brought forward. Look, I kind of want to put this in. I kind of don't want to divvy up these three, because this is what you're going to gain. And look at this. I like it. In the third eye of all of this, you have an insight into your world that possibly other people don't understand. Let's look at this one. Magic, blessings, transformation. A blessing in disguise is coming your way. Keep an open heart and mind. And look how I opened this reading was going, I didn't see your overriding plan, that you see that the blessing is coming towards you and you've got an open heart and mind. Even if you're sitting in an energy like that Emperor and Solar, you look very, very confident, almost to the point of egoic, but what you're actually doing is transforming. Look, passion, joy, those words don't need much explaining. This is a life filled with I am happy and I am right. My situation has transformed. You've got blessings here. You've got an angel over me and a place beyond time. What I love about blessings is like going where you've been, right? This is an energy of where, your situation has been difficult, it's been overwhelming, it's been flooded, but blessings come in and the rainbow comes over the top. Now, you had that in a struggle position and it was like it's been worth waiting for. So, it's taken some time to transform this energy, but divine timing is at work and it's going, the divine had a plan for you all the way along. And even if it felt like your world was flooded and overwhelming, you always knew that the right one good decision placed after the next good decision after the next one would bring you into your blessings. And you knew that once you got your blessings, because you played it fair, you were going to get what you wanted and it would be worth waiting for. And in this, look, you had angelic guidance all the way. Your guides and angels were there the whole time. A protection card. Angel wings surround you. Trust, replace fear with love. You are eternally held safe in the arms of an angel. You replace fear with love. I'm going, see, to me, I was going, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? And in that is a fear of missing out on one or the other. But what is happening is Spirit is going, well, you don't have to fear either because I'm going to help you feel balanced in both scenarios. I love this energy too, a place beyond time. Don't get caught up with the everyday drama of life, the balancing, the am I right, am I happy? Close your eyes, focus on your breath and allow it to carry you into a peaceful place within inside your heart, an internal place beyond time filled with only love. So when you are happy and you are right, you are going to get this. Now, right and wrong is an interesting energy, and Spirit kind of wants to kick my butt on this, going, why am I placing things as right or wrong? Right or wrong is, nothing is ever right or wrong. It just is. It just feels right or wrong in the moment. And it feels like, is it just or is it unjust? And we all have our moral compass with which to decide whether something is just or unjust. Now, what I know to be true about you, Virgo, is going, that scale of justice is so nuanced that if you can understand the several layers underneath the balancing, those scales will adjust in favor of fairness that include your heart every single time. And that comes from a place beyond you. Like you have an ability for grounded empathy. Cancers are known for empathy, right? They throw down their empathy as if it's their calling card. Whereas Virgos, it's, you don't necessarily go, well, that's the natural tendency. You think about their ability to want things to be lined up and organized and orderly. But what I know to be true is that you have an ability to tap into care and empathy that's beyond the surface as well. My gut feeling is that with this connection, whatever fight you've got with this person, you're going to be able to bring it into a conclusion that makes sense to you, but also allows you to show your full heart. And you will hold your ground. You are an emperor. Sometimes just be careful that you don't tip into being over egoic, because look, that energy has not left me. That I read this as being an emperor that could be tipping into an emperor in ego. I think you've got to dance that line oh so carefully, but sit in your justice and express your love to your full capacity. Virgo, you can be happy and right. I concede. You've managed to stop the judgment and free up the energy, and I think you're going to bring towards you something that makes you very, very happy. It's still got a minute to run though. It's still got a minute to settle, but this is headed your way. Righto, that was a reading that surprised me. I'm going to say that much. I am surprised at how that played out. But the outcome is really, really, really positive. So on that note, before I tie my tongue into too much of a pretzel and confuse this energy at all, I'm going to wrap it up and say, in faith, hope, and love, it's bye from me for now.